Now this, of course, is also the final sports roundup to come from Studio 2, so we thought we'd wrap up sport tonight by looking back at some of the broadcasting legends who've worked here over the last 40 years.
Evening, everyone.
Good evening. We can welcome you tonight with a positive move over the appointment of a new manager for Everton.
Manchester United need to look abroad to spend the £1 million pledged by Chairman Louis Edwards for new players.
I think I have three things in common with Bob Paisley. We don't go socialising at do's, we don't like chairmen who are always in the newspapers, and we've both been successful at our job.
Bolton go to Bristol Rovers without Peter Thompson, who has flu.
What do you think's the funniest thing ever happened between the cop and yourself?
I can remember one fella throwing a pork chop onto me, raw pork chop once.
Well, I hope we can get some more details now from Gordon Lee, who is in Newcastle and on the other end of this phone. Good evening to you, Gordon.
I would leave out Kevin Keegan, who's finding difficulty in deciding whether he is a striker or a midfield player.
Some people would say our first guest has moved on to better things once he's found his magic lamp.
Yes, because now I've been granted a trip to Spain.
I've seen both these teams this season and I think Blackburn have just got the edge on this one.
Now, let's have a prediction of the winner and the winning margin. And there it is, Manchester United to win, but only by a very narrow margin.
We're off for a drink now, and I'm sure that if Dennis here gets his way, the toast tonight will be Bonnie Scotland. Good night.
Dennis Law, Elton Welsby, Gerald Sinstadt and Jimmy Armfield among the famous faces there. Sadly today, you've had to make do with me. That is your sport tonight, and now I'm going for a drink as well.
Very good.
Mikey, we think you're a legend anyway. Now for a look at what's coming up on the 6:30 News with Nina.
We'll bring you the national picture as the spring snow and floods hit. Battling the blizzards, schools shut and disruption across much of the country as we head for the coldest March in 50 years. In the southwest, a body is found following a landslide triggered by heavy rain. And the heroes of Helmand honoured for their bravery. Join Alistair Stewart and me at 6:30.
Now then, all this week we've been preparing for our big move to MediaCity and getting ready to say goodbye to this old place.
Yeah, to mark the big event, our showbiz queen Cal has been looking back at some of the great people and programmes to grace the Quay Street studios.
Well, tonight she's looking forward to life in our new home at MediaCity. So take it away, Cal.
Well, after 40 years of transmitting from Studio 2 at Granada Television in Manchester, the time has come for Granada Reports to say goodbye to Quay Street and hello to an exciting new world, our brand new home over at MediaCity in Salford.
The decision to move our Manchester site from Quay Street to Salford Quays, MediaCity, is a big, important step for ITV. The heritage of programmes and production in Manchester is a very important part of what we do, and if we're going to succeed in that, then we have to have really modern, up-to-date facilities to make that possible.
Onwards and upwards, but it would be a sad time as well.
It's a sweet, really, in that life must go on. Each generation thinks it's the generation, and then next thing you know, you blink your eye and you're the old generation and the next lot are coming through, and long may that continue. If you ever moved to London, I think we'd be in dangerous territory. But as long as people talk proper, you'd be all right.
I think it's right. Yes, I can feel nostalgic, but it is old. I'm sad that it's going. But moving to MediaCity has got definitely an invigorating feel of moving into the 21st century. It will be very much like saying goodbye to an old friend. Now we're moving forward into a really good and exciting new era, which we will embrace.
I think MediaCity's got so much potential. I mean, it's in terms of its technology, it's the best place in Britain.
Judy, do you think we should embrace the change?
Probably not. I'm not. I mean, yes, you have to, as Richard says, but to me, it's a shame. It's just a shame.
Sure, when this place was built, in the 50s, and people, they looked at it maybe a bit askance and wondered really if that's what the future was.
It is an identifiable building. You can find your way around it. Whereas if you go to any of the big BBC studios, you get totally lost.
Well, give it time.
And even LWT, the same.
Give it time, Judy. Don't be so antediluvian.
But, you know, it's just a building. Long live Granada. You're moving over to the new building and there'll be new and better shows made there.
Do you think it's time for a change then?
Oh, I hate change.
I do.
I hate change, but, you know, we've got to have it. So let's go with it. This had its day, and it was a great day.
Yeah.
And I'm very grateful for it, and I had a lovely time.
Quite excited about MediaCity and all that it's going to bring and the new generation of it. We're very, very lucky to be able to live so close to it.
I love this building. You know, I am sentimental about leaving it because it stands for so much fun that we've all had here. Of course I'll miss it. And if we didn't miss it, it would mean that we hadn't cared about what we'd done here. ITV in the Northwest will be as committed and passionate about this region as it's ever been. It just won't be in this old building, it'll be in a shiny new one at MediaCity.
As long as the heart of the people who make the shows is there, as long as that goes to Salford, we'll be all right, kid. No, thank you.
No, thank you.
No, you.
No,
No,
thank
you.
I'll walk out of here and I'll think I never paid for that Twix.
Yeah, thanks to all the people who helped us put that together, and thanks of course to all of the people who've appeared on our programmes in this wonderful studio, and you can see all three of Cal's brilliant pieces paying tribute to our Granada Quay Street years on our website right now. That's itv.com/Granada, itv.com/Granada.
Now, as we say goodbye to this great building, we of course say hello to a bright new future at Salford Quays.
Yes, we're broadcasting from our new home for the first time on Sunday. Our correspondent Rachel Townsend now reports from the Orange Tower at MediaCity.
Yes, come Monday, we will be broadcasting from the heart of MediaCity. And what a fantastic, if a little windy setting this is. Our new home is behind me, this building with the zigzag side. Granada Reports is on the 4th floor of that building. Our new HD studio is at the front and will overlook this fantastic backdrop. You can get your first glimpse of our new look at 6:30 on Sunday evening, and we will have our first full programme on Monday live at the usual time of 6 o'clock. Now, so far, around 500 staff from ITV have made the journey over from Quay Street, and there will be many more to follow. I say that because Coronation Street are following us here to MediaCity. If we take a little look at this white footbridge over the water, that bridge will lead to the brand new set of Coronation Street. The cobbles are being laid as we speak, and if this week is anything to go by, what with the fire and the Rovers' return, then we will see an awful lot of drama being filmed right over that bridge. But as for Granada Reports, 6:30 on Sunday evening is when the new era begins.
Yeah, that'll be me, that, 6:30 Sunday.
Okay, well, best of luck with that one. OK, let's get the latest weather now from Kerry.
ITV Granada weather, sponsored by United Utilities.
To flush or not to flush? That is the question.
Hello again. There's even been enough snow in the centre of the Isle of Man today to make snowmen, and a big thank you to the Maggins of Foxdale, which is just above 150 metres above sea level, for sending in this shot. But whether you decide to get out and about in the wintry weather or just curl up by the fire, there's a little bit more to come for tonight and through into tomorrow morning. We still have a yellow warning for all of tomorrow, and also that amber warning until 6 a.m. tomorrow for southern parts of the region, the Pennine Spine, and for parts of Cumbria. And this is the rain over the next 24 hours, turning to snow still quite readily over higher ground before sinking southwards tomorrow. So there is an improvement and things will settle down for the second half of the weekend. So for this evening and overnight tonight, the continuation of cloudy and wintry weather. We are expecting outbreaks of sleet and snow, settling in places a good few centimetres over higher ground, and still those strong easterly winds. So blizzard-like conditions, gale force conditions at the coast, and some really tricky driving conditions out and about across the region overnight and through into tomorrow. 6:06 and 6:30 are your sun times for tomorrow, and we're expecting a cloudy, icy, wintry start. Things improving very slowly from the north as we head into the afternoon. We've still got that bitterly cold east wind, but it's drier and brighter over the coming few days.
Helping life flow smoothly, whatever the weather.
Thanks, Gary. Nearly time for us to sign off for the last time. But before we go, some of your memories of Quay Street.
Yeah, I can't say what programme I've liked. I've loved them all, especially your programme. Thank you. Good luck in your move. Keep up the great work, says Colette, who is in Stockport.
And Peter Mariner in Blackburn. I remember Bob Greaves and the elephant on the news. Pure gold.
Good luck in the new home of Granada Reports, which is the best news programme in the Northwest. That's a fiver for you, Dave, in Rainford. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for all of those. We've really enjoyed reading all of your lovely comments. And that is it from us for tonight. We'll see you again on Monday when we broadcast from our new home at MediaCity in Salford. Until then, though, from Quay Street for the last time, goodbye.